Hey Scrappers, it's Vanessa here with another scrapbook process video, and today we are going to use the August stash kit that I put together, which was based off of the Happiness collection. This was my Secret Not Secret Kit Club kit for August, and so I'm just showing you here some of the things that I pulled from that stash kit. If you want to see the entire stash kit, you can go back to the video for the beginning of August where I showed that kit. But for this one, I went ahead and showed you everything, and off camera, I cut out that beautiful floral wreath from that pattern paper, as well as some of the butterflies and some other bits and pieces from some of the other pattern papers. As soon as I saw that pattern paper that had that beautiful floral wreath, I knew that I was going to fussy cut it. It is stunning, and so I knew that was going to be a background at some point. So for this one, I took one of the other pattern papers that I pulled to go with the Happiness collection, was this tone-on-tone purpley pink. It's kind of got a geometric pattern in the background, and so I'm using that for the background of my page, and I wanted to add a little bit of something to it, but I didn't want to do a huge amount of mixed media, so I just took some white paint, watered it down, and I'm just doing some splatters that will kind of be behind that wreath on this page. And so I just love the added interest and texture that gives. It just is a little bit that peeks out around the wreath, which is perfect. It doesn't take away from that floral wreath and taking in all the detail from that. So there you see, I've gone ahead and did those splatters, and I'm going to set that off to the side to dry. I think so far of the layouts that I've created with this kit, this might be my favorite layout to date from the Happiness collection kit that I put together. I absolutely love how this one turned out. And so the next thing here, while my background is drying, I am going to go ahead and take this second piece of Happiness collection paper. It's the one with all the florals on the back, and then has this beautiful watercolored pink marble effect on the opposite side. I'm going to use that to back this photo of my daughter and I. And so I'm just documenting a picture of my daughter and I. It's just this little selfie that we took one day. I believe we were waiting in line for something, and I snapped a cute photo of us. And so I'm just going to document this photo of, and basically in the journaling for this one, I'm just going to talk about how much I just love spending time with her. This was a couple of years ago, so she looks still like my little girl. She's in high school now, so she's not so little anymore, but I just love and cherish all the times that we spend together, and so that is kind of what I'm documenting in this one. And I also am taking, here you see, I'm going to glue down this word moments. That actually came from the clear sticker sheet. I put it on white cardstock and then cut it out, and so I'm going to have that be part of my title. I'm going to mount my whole picture mat on this white doily, and then that you and me ephemera piece, I actually cut that from that whole page of frames that was inside one of the frames, and so I'm going to use that there to the side of my photo as well. I use a lot of the bits and pieces and embellishments from the kit on this one. I also use a lot of the butterflies that I cut from one of the pattern papers. So if you've heard me from some of my other videos, that butterfly pattern paper was my favorite, and so it does make its way to this layout as well. Most of the layouts I created this month have a butterfly somewhere, just because I love them so much. Now here, I am still waiting for my background to dry, so I am going to sort of build the background of my, or I should say how my layout is going to go while my background is drying. So I know that my photo is going to go down here in the bottom of the wreath, and so I'm just positioning it in. So what I'll end up doing is building as much as I can of the layout here off before I glue it onto my background, and then I'm going to pop the entire wreath up on fun foam, so it gives it some dimension on the finished layout. So here you see my full title is going to be Cherish These Moments, and so I know it's going to go there above my photo. And so now you see I've pretty much put down as much as I possibly can. So I'm going to take some time off camera, put on that fun foam and get it all set. And here you see my background is dry and I am ready to pull off. And I apologize that I left all of this in. You're going to watch me pull all the backing tape off of my fun foam. But basically, I'm going to pull all of that off, and then I'm going to position my wreath there on my background. Now, because I'm using that beautiful floral wreath, it really takes up and does most of the work of embellishing this page. I add those few things that you see, to the side there on my mat. But essentially, that wreath really takes center stage, and that's really what I wanted. I love that floral wreath. It's stunning, and so I really wanted it to be the main embellishing that was going to take place on this layout. So here I'm just going to put my title down, and then I'm going to take those butterflies and I'm just going to add them throughout the wreath, just again to add some dimension. I'm going to just glue the inner part of their body to the wreath so that they kind of add again some more height around that wreath, so they kind of give that dimension and lift to the layout, which is also most of it popped up on fun foam. So there you see, I'm going to position those little butterflies throughout the layout. I'm kind of just putting them in and amongst in a couple of places throughout the wreath. I think I end up putting 5 of them on in total. And so I'm just going to fiddle around with where I'm going to put this last one. I did fussy cut from that floral paper that I mounted my photo on. I did cut a few of the little tiny flowers out of that, and I am putting those around the layout. As a finishing touch for this one, I took some sequins that I pulled from my August stash kit, and I'm going to sprinkle those around the wreath, and off camera I will glue those down. My journaling for this one will go on probably the back of my layout, and with that, guys, the still photos will be coming up here in just a moment once I fiddle around with putting the rest of these sequins down. But guys, I will catch you on the next one, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye, everybody.